back to a Belly Acres kitchen. You guys, it's crazy windy today, so my hair is just like, it looks like a helmet sitting on my head. Anyway, we are going to make some chicken Alfredo tonight with spaghetti noodles, which my water is already boiling. Let me show you guys what's going on over here. See, we got a good rolling boil on that. We're gonna make some homemade chicken Alfredo. I cooked a chicken, pressure cooked a chicken 2 days ago, I think. And I made soup with it one night. The next night I made dumplings to go in the soup. And I had, I've already picked the chicken off of the rest of it to be able to make this. So one chicken went a long way. So I'm gonna show you guys a little trick. If you don't like the long noodles, I don't like the long noodles. I don't like to have to twirl them on my fork. I know that's, you know, some people like them, some people don't. This is a really big bag for this, but, and you want to break them in half without making a huge mess, you know, because if you grab it like this and you break it in half, you got the little pieces that fly around. Just stick it in a plastic bag. And a gallon bag is plenty big enough. I'm gonna get plenty of noodles because whatever we have left, we can throw it in a salad or something. Just put it in a bag, and then you don't have all those little pieces flying all over your floor and all over your kitchen. Perfect, broken half, no mess. All right, that looks like it's gonna be a lot. So I may only put like half of this in here. So we're going to go ahead and get this started boiling. It'll take about 12 minutes. I put salt and a little bit of cooking oil in my water. The salt is just you know, for the seasoning and for the boil, and then the oil is just so then that way your noodles don't stick together. I'm making all these noodles. Whatever we have left over will get eaten. I'll use them in something. Oh, there was a couple of them in there that weren't broken, but that's okay. I may have more noodles than I have water. This looks like it's the thinner sketty, but that's okay. All right. Make sure all the noodles are submerged beautifully. And then in this pot, we're gonna start our Alfredo sauce. All right, so I'm gonna do half of an onion. I got this onion out earlier. We had ham sandwiches for lunch, and Mama likes a good ham sandwich with fresh onion, huh? Yes. All right, so we're just gonna dice up this half of an onion. Kind of fine onion because it is going to be in a sauce. I know not everybody puts onion in their Alfredo sauce. I just like onion, so it'll be really fine. Half an onion. I also like garlic, so I'm going to do probably 4 cloves of garlic. I know that seems some. If you don't like garlic, just don't put it in. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, thank you, Mama. I do have a garlic peeler, but this works just as well. Because it's all going to be minced anyway. We like to cut off that little piece in the back so you don't have that hard chunk in your sauce. Deal. Isn't that funny? Is me so deal? I heard the bird say deal. Alright. This is just going to help out where I'm not scorching my butter. So I got a half a cup of butter. I'm going to turn on my pan, my pot at medium high. Okay, I am going to mix this up. Even though I have the oil in there, I do like to continue to stir those noodles just so they don't clump together and also so they don't stick to the bottom of the pot. All right, so give a spoon rest. I know I've talked about this before. I bought these at a thrift store. I use it as my spoon rest, but they're just old Poppy Trail plates. It's just nostalgic to me. I really like the little plate, so I wanted to use it in my kitchen, and so I use it as a spoon rest. So once this butter melts down, that might be a little high. I'm also going to get the stuff out of my, turn that all the way down to low. I don't want that butter to scorch. I'm going to get the pans out of my oven. Yes, I do store pans in my oven. No, it's not just a stereotype. And I'm going to go ahead and preheat the oven to 415 because I have some garlic toast that I want to put in. It's just frozen bought garlic toast. Let's get you guys closer. See what's going on. I bet I can get you guys closer. All right, I've got this all the way down to low. I don't want my butter to scorch. So now that I've got most of it melted, I'm going to go ahead and add my onions in. This is when that aroma is going to hit. Mix that in with the butter. Again, I've got it all low, so it's a little less than a saute at this point, but I don't want that butter to scorch. Okay. Got 4 peeled cloves of garlic here. I'm going to put in my press. Again, I do love garlic. If you don't like garlic this much, put less. And then I like to scrape the sides of my press, push them down in there, and press again. Try to get as much of that garlic as possible. All right. Don't remember which one I was using or what, but I guess it doesn't matter because it's all going to go together anyway. So what's everybody's favorite spaghetti dish? So I have one son that absolutely loves spaghetti, but he likes the spaghetti cooked separate from the sauce, and then keep the spaghetti separate because he likes to just add butter and garlic to it and just eat it just as noodles. He loves spaghetti sauce, but he also loves just spaghetti noodles. All right, I'm gonna raise the temp just a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of cornstarch to that, not much. You can also use flour at this point, but I can get to my cornstarch a lot quicker than my flour. So I did a teaspoon, probably about a tablespoon of something that thickens. We're going to do that. Again, keep an eye on your noodles. You don't want them to stick. That oil really helps them not stick together. All right, so at this point, it's time to put in your seasonings. Now, I don't have Italian seasoning mixed up, so I've just got to put in some Italian seasoning. This is Italian oregano from my garden, dehydrated. Put in just a little bit of that. I'm going to do some salt. Ooh, that was a lot of salt. And some pepper. And then I'm going to do some parsley. I don't like those little things. All right, see how it's starting to darken? I want to lower that. I don't want that cornstarch to burn. Parsley, and then a little bit of basil. I have basil from the garden, but I don't have it ground up yet, so. All right, we're gonna let all of that cook together for a minute. Again, a lot of people don't put onion in theirs. I put onion in mine just because I like the flavor of onions. So that was half a cup of butter, half of an onion diced, very small, 4 cloves of garlic, and then probably, I'm going to say a tablespoon of oregano, a teaspoon of parsley, and a teaspoon of basil, and then salt and pepper to taste, which I kind of went over on the salt. But this is getting really close to being done. Frank hears me in here cooking, so he's in it. Kind of let that do its thing. I don't want to get too far from it because I don't want it to scorch.
You want me to,
If you want to. I'm going to go ahead and check one of these. 425. Is it 425? I'm going to go ahead and check one of these noodles. Now, in the old days, when the kids were young, I would throw it against the cabinet door, and if it stuck, I tell them that it was good. Now, I don't have cabinets and the kids are not little. All right. To me, that's perfect. I don't like them mushy. So I'm just gonna kind of leave it there for a second. Smells good. All right, let me go ahead and drain. All right, so drain that. Come back to this. All right, see how we're getting a little bit of color? Those onions become transparent, but the spices get a little bit of a color to them. It looks like I might need 1 more teaspoon of cornstarch. Just enough. I'll get that, Mama.
Okay.
Just enough for it to set up like a roux here. You also want to make sure that whatever you're using as a thickener, that it has time to cook as well. The raw flour flavor or the raw cornstarch flavor can be off-putting. See how those herbs are starting to darken up in there? All right. So now we're going to take a pint of heavy whipping cream and a whisk. All right, so I got a pint of whipping cream. Shake it up really good. All right. I'm gonna move you guys back.
Arriba.
Yes. Did it say how long? 8 minutes or something? Didn't pay attention. It's okay. It's all right. We'll just watch them. All right. That's okay, Mama. Okay. Oops. Now we're going to start adding in our whipping cream. Slowly. And I'm going to do an entire pint. You can also add chicken broth if it gets too thick. Now the herbs do look a lot chunkier in there than probably if you had all store-bought ground herbs, because a lot of this is herbs from our garden that we dehydrate and grind. Or if you feel like you need more Alfredo sauce, you can add chicken broth. We're going to mix this up really well. Once it starts to bubble a little bit, we'll add the cheese in, but we want that cream to really get warm, but not scorch. All right, so I have shredded Parmesan, and then I also picked up some mozzarella. I don't like to put a whole lot of mozzarella in it because mozzarella tends to be stringy, but Parmesan's really good for it. Romano cheese is also very good for it. But I'll use this entire package, and it is 6 ounces. It's 1.5 cups. And then if I feel like I need more cheese, I'll add some mozzarella to it as well. this is done, so I'm just gonna leave this. I'll probably put a lid on it. Put a lid on it.
Put a lid on it, Rachel.
Put a lid on it. Go ahead and mix this again. You should start feeling it get a little bit thicker. Bump up the temp just a little bit. See how that's bubbling? We're bubbling now.
Bubbling.
Okay. We get some bubbles up there at the top. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start incorporating some Parmesan. If you can get Parmesan fresh and like in the chunk and grate it, that's much better, but this works too. Oh yeah, it's getting thick. See that? Whoa. It is getting pretty thick, so at this point you can add one of two things. You can either add some more milk, or you can add some broth, chicken broth. I don't have any chicken broth thawed out. Take it off the fire because I don't want it to scorch. All right, so I didn't have the forethought to thaw my chicken broth in time. So I just made some chicken broth really fast with my caldo de pollo, which it has other seasonings in it, but it will be just fine. As long as it doesn't make it too salty. I think going that one extra half teaspoon of cornstarch was just a little too much for my one little pint of. And this just kind of depends on the consistency that you want of your chicken Alfredo, your Alfredo sauce. And I could have put less cheese in it as well, but I like it cheesy. Kind of think this is probably perfect consistency. Probably won't put that last little bit of chicken broth in it. The only thing I'm concerned about is the salt. I'm gonna check that real quick. No, that's perfect. All right. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our chicken. Check on that bread. I can smell it.
Yeah, I get it.
All right, guys, we're gonna wait a minute.
Is it ready?
Got a hotbed right here, baby.
Oh, there it is. Oh, that toast looks good.
Yes.
Right. Off the light.
Really?
All right. Mix in that chicken with the Alfredo sauce. And I'm not even gonna put any mozzarella in that. All right, do you guys want this as a bake? I can mix it with the noodles, or we can just put those noodles right on and put this right on top.
Noodles right in there, baby.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna leave them and then we can add this to the top.
There you go.
All right. Here's the consistency of that. I want that chicken to warm up because I did pull it out of the refrigerator before I picked it. But while it's doing that, I'm going to take this and this. You want to hold this back here?
Yep.
Alright, so here we go. We're gonna, excuse me. It won't do real good with the spins because I have cut it in half and then stirred it a lot, but I do that because I don't want it to be how much do you want?
Please. Perfect.
Cut it in half. And then
It's amazing.
I'm gonna do this. Okay. And then this. Okay, so I don't have fresh parm. Tell me when.
Already.
Oh,
Already.
you didn't tell me when, but I stopped.
It's okay.
All right. So here we go. Let's see what everybody thinks.
That's good. Very cheesy.
Awesome, baby.
All right.
I like that.
All right, you guys. So there you have it. Homemade.
Here we have it.
Here we have it. Homemade Alfredo sauce, chicken Alfredo. You guys, I've made 3 meals with 1 chicken. It was a fresh chicken from the farm. The herbs in this, most of them, or part of them, are fresh. So anyway, I hope you guys like our videos. If you do, please hit the like button.
Subscribe if you haven't already.
Yep, share with your friends.
Leave some comments, you guys. Let Rachel know what you think of this awesome meal. But most of all, don't forget to smash that bell and get notified of the next new video when it comes out.
Yep, until next time, you guys. God bless.
See ya.
Peace.